Aloha, happy Aloha Friday, April 24th. Didn't get as much done as I had promised in my earlier video, and we'll get into why. So let's get into it. Today's going to have a lot of theories and what we discovered. So I was hoping to have taken this down this week. I was supposed to have a friend come over. He's going camping this weekend, so I said, look, I have a tree you can burn. Unfortunately, his truck broke down on the way here, so we did not get it done. However, he did pick up some trash out of the back of the house, and I'll throw some tree trims that we had sitting here, so we'll get into what he took. Well, let me show you what we did inside. So inside was a whole lot of nothing except for several dump runs. I did them myself and just got rid of everything in the house. Naomi added some chimes to our door so we can hear if anybody decides to come in. Nothing done in the kitchen, nothing done in the laundry room. Like I said, the only thing really done in the house this week was trash. I had some theories. I was going to work on the yellow bedroom, but there's a giant dip over here in the corner, about an inch from this side of the house. Let me tell you what my theory was. So I have a theory about the damage that was on this house, on the side of the house. At first I thought it was water damage, but here's my theory. See this tree stump here? Well, I believe it fell just based on the damage on my neighbor's railing. Don't see if you can see that giant dent. So I'm thinking when this giant tree came down many years ago, it hit the side of the house. And that's what the actual damage is. And if we look closer, and that would explain why, like, one corner of this is the yellow bedroom over here. One corner of it is sagging a little bit, but you can also see there's a little bit of damage on what would be the master bedroom. I'm thinking it's branches. Let me know what you think in the comments. I did figure out, though, that theory is a little off. Let me show you what I discovered underneath the house. So yeah, that's a 1-inch dip in the beam there. So I spent a lot of this week, not a lot of this week, I spent about an hour just going through looking for all the wood damage that I need to do. My plumber had made a suggestion. Our roof is 24 on center for these beams that are in pretty bad shape. So he said, why not just, instead of sistering everything, just go 12 off center. And so did a lot of math, a lot of calculating, and a lot of counting, and just placed a very large order with Home Depot. I was hoping that they could deliver. They say that they do it same day. I was hoping by tomorrow, but it is coming next week, Tuesday. $1,500 worth of lumber for both on top of the house, meaning the roof, the rest of the walls, etc. Even figured out what lumber I'm going to probably need in here to frame this out. And then I did a bunch underneath the house, so we'll get into that now. So my neighbor had come over the other day to tell us that he saw somebody under our house. When he asked the person about why he was under the house, he said he was working for the guy that's doing the remodeling. So my neighbor, being a smart guy, says to him, so you know John? Yeah, I'm working with John. Well, we don't know a John. So he followed the guy, and the guy walked down the street, no car, nothing, so wasn't sure what was going on. So today what I did was bought some new hinges, some new hardware, and fixed this up so that we can lock up underneath the house. I did discover why he was under the house, and let's get into that. So I went under the house, and again, I was doing some measuring when I'm under the house, trying to figure out stuff. And so we had this bucket down here for no particular reason. I mean, there's shit just left under here, and it's funny I use the word shit. You're about to find out why. But that bucket that I have turned upside down, well, I looked in it, and there was a flannel in the front of it, and I couldn't figure out why there was a flannel. So I pulled the flannel t-shirt out, and there was a pile of poop underneath. So this person was using the under of my house so that they could use the bathroom. So again, we were down here. Here's that beam that is dipping that I showed you earlier. But I had to do, we have two with some pretty bad termite damage. Then the plumbers had done some damage over in this area. So again, counting the lumber that we need, how I'm going to fix that dip, etc., and trying to get that worked out. The next thing that I did, I just finished this today. I had found while under here the actual door that belongs here. I'll call it door, if you will. So I had bought some new hardware today. I fixed that, and then I rigged this set of stairs so that I don't kill myself. Now, I know what you're going to say. You don't have all the treads. Part of the lumber that's coming will fill that treads, and so I'm not gonna, I don't have pressure treated, so when that stuff gets here, I'll go ahead and fix the treads. But for now, we got some steps. I'm gonna end up having to paint this door now, but we've got the door and some new hardware to hold it up, and so back of the house is coming together. We'll get a nice latch and lock it up, and hopefully we don't have any more poop underneath my house. So right here used to be a giant pile of dead trees and branches, etc. And so my buddy that's having his camping trip this weekend was very happy to take it. So we cleared a little space back here. Now, again, we'll take a look at the backside of the house with the damage that I believe is from that tree. You can see first off the giant dent in this person and my neighbor's railing. So, and there's that tree. So I think that came down and hit the side of the house, and that's what caused the majority of the damage, which then probably led to a lot of the water damage and intrusion. So a lot of wood rot that I'll have to repair. But like I said, all that got ordered, all the lumber got ordered, and it's coming on Tuesday. I did speak with my plumber also, and he's going to schedule his guys for late next week. And we have deliveries coming of vanities, and we're picking up the kitchen next week so we can dry fit everything, so we can wrap up all the plumbing and start really moving forward with this in the next couple of weeks. So here we go. From the downstairs instead of the balcony, we'll say a hui ho down here. So aloha, please subscribe, like, and comment on if you think my theories are correct. Love to hear what your thoughts are. All right, we'll catch you on Monday.